What's up, Panda Gang? Today we're playing Deity Difficulty on the True Start location Earth Huge map. We're going to be breaking things into the simplest terms, focusing on the big picture and not the tiny details. If you want something like that, check out my last video on exactly how much each tile is worth. Now, if you don't play Deity Difficulty, follow along with these exact settings at home. And if you're already a beast, then get your popcorn out and enjoy the show as usual. So we're playing as Australia with 31 civs. They're all spaced quite nicely, but quite dense around us. We got Korea, China, Japan, Indonesia. Coupe, he's gonna be off my shore. So we're playing Australia with 30-ish civs, nicely spaced out, but dense nearby. Here, I'll do a quick scroll if you wanted to slow this down for yourself to get the exact civs that I got here. And last thing to mention is the extra civ slots and extra religions. I use these mods all the time, yet not another map pack for civ slots, and religions extended for more religions. Absolutely crucial for these huge Earth games. Anyways, let's get stuck into it. So, general ideas instead of focusing on the little details. Here, with John Curtin, we're going to be going for the science victory route, and in doing so, never leaving Australia. This means we're going to have relatively easy defense, just defend our island, and huge production output, aided by our special abilities here. We get this extra 3 housing in coastal cities. And the Outback Station will be nice to make use of those relatively useless desert tiles in the center of Australia. The other important thing to mention is this appeal gives you better adjacency bonuses, essentially. We'll cover the rest of the abilities as they become relevant, but let's jump in the game. Here we are. Okay, started off on the southeast coast of Australia. Let me hit the 4 key real quick, figure out where to settle. So I see we've got ourselves a sheep to the west. Let me click on John Curtin here. So in the land down under, pastures trigger a culture bomb. That means if I build myself a pasture on this sheep, this city is going to get this tile, this tile, this. Every adjacent tile will become mine instantly. Now the settle trade-offs are, we settle in place, we get a sweet +4 harbor chilling right here between these 2 fishes. That will be nice. But if instead I go for, oh come on, give me the... But if instead I go for the fresh water settle, I'm going to have huge amounts of housing and be a bit closer to that aforementioned sheep. So let me explore a bit with the builder, and I'm going to slide down to that freshwater tile. We'll call it a turn. A new continent has been discovered. That's great. Didn't actually give me the boost because that was the only continent I've discovered. Okay, so we settled down Canberra here, of course. Got ourselves a Eureka for sailing. Do see myself getting on the seas a little bit, if nothing else, just to explore. Although, like we mentioned, we're staying on Australia. We don't need to go and start attacking people. My first order of business is to secure the homeland, okay? We're going to get some military units, starting off with the Slinger. Scout isn't that effective on an island nation like Australia. But as for overarching general ideas here, guys, first step, secure your lands, get your defense up. In this case, I'm not worried about other civs too much, mostly worried about barbarians, so it's a bit easier. That's why we go for the Slinger off the bat. As for research, to complement this, we're going to get horses into Archer. We only need to go for the Archer if the threats seem reasonable. We're going to know in about 10 turns if there are any threats. But this is your key to surviving the early game, the Archer, if there is a threat. I'm liking all the pastures I'm seeing here. Lots of culture bomb opportunities. And look at that, we're already into the desert. The deserts of Australia. I'm going to try to explore mostly the fertile plains lands. Even these tiles, though, are quite trash. 1 food and 1 production is not a great tile to be working, but better than a nothing on the desert. Oh, and what is this? We've got something going on here in the middle of the lands. Go take a 1 step, and it's the Uluru. Nice to meet you, buddy. So I guess this just gives you culture and faith in adjacent tiles. Is that right? Oh, also +4 appeal instead of the usual +2. So that could help us out if we wanted to build some districts on top of these tiles. Anyways, keep going to the north, and we've already found the northern bit of Australia. So all our lands are going to be in here somewhere. So the big goal of scouting is to meet new civs. That gives you arrow score, people to trade with, find out who's going to attack you, and find out where you settle. In Canberra, sadly, the food sucks. Luckily, we're going to get this sheep in just 1 turn, which will help us out because we've just been working on 1 food, 3 production tiles. So we got a Slinger. And we're going to need to build something else for 8 turns so we can get a settler. I'm going to go with another warrior because our first priority here, guys, secure our lands. And then once we've got that down, we can start settling things out. But securing the land's the most important thing here. We do have the sheep. That's very nice. Another good option would be a builder, just because then we could go put a pasture down on the sheep with that animal husbandry that we're going for and grab up all these tiles. But the tiles aren't actually that good. So glad we're getting some food production though. That's great to see. Now my first city is definitely going to be somewhere here on the east coast. We got some decent yields. I see turtles, fishes. When it comes to yields, go watch my previous video that I mentioned in the start. But the more stuff on the map, the better. Like these 2 sheep tiles, beautiful. 3 production, 1 food, gorgeous. So somewhere on this east is a good spot to be. I don't need to go all the way across the desert to view what's over there. But doing this exploring on the east side, getting ready for my settler, I found myself a barb camp. Alright, animal husbandry complete, and this slinger is too low to continue fighting. It's too bad that my warrior didn't find them first. But my warrior will be coming up. Great barrier reef, we're getting more natural wonders. This is a fruitful land here, the Australias. I love it. Now we got the animal husbandry. Do we go on towards the archer? Now, if we found some other civ nearby, and I thought maybe they might fight me if they're within 10 to 20 tiles, I would go archery for sure. But we're going for actually 2 warriors and a single slinger. So going for archery, not the top priority. Instead, we're going to get mining and then potentially bronze working to find out where all the iron lives so that we can settle more intelligently. And what is this? Coupe. Okay. Might have spoke too soon about people attacking me, but here he is. He's got a single warrior. I know Coupe lives out in the Pacific somewhere. How close to Australia? That is so far unknown. Okay, Spearman coming right up to my gates. Just gonna heal on Canberra, and it looks like we got ourselves a free barb camp that gives me arrow score because it's near my city. I got 30 gold out of that and progress towards military tradition, and we should be able to kill this spearman here quite easily. And as you see, Canberra is now 2 population. Next up is gonna be this settler, and Coupe denounces me. Okay, this guy's an absolute bum, but I do not trust him one bit. I've been attacked too many times by a strong Coupe. We're gonna go back for archery. Hopefully get a boost for that with a kill on the slinger. But our army's looking pretty good. We've done nothing but build military units. So we're in a good position here to fight this guy off. I'm not thinking his whole army is showing up here since he's a bit of a sea man himself. And our 3 units is quite a decent army to take someone on. Hopefully it doesn't steal my barbarian kill here. Yep, there we go. We got it on us. Well done. Code of laws. Let's slot in some stuff. Survey. We don't have any recon units. We're going to grab discipline. And do we want faith or do we want production? The urban planning card, always a good choice, but the faith will give you that early pantheon, which is sometimes really nice. Looking at my city of Canberra here, we've already got 7 production. Seems like we have very high production tiles. The issue really is food. And another way to think about this choice is, oh, I clicked out. Other way to think about this choice is short-term, long-term. God King here, that's going to give you a long-term boost with a good pantheon, whereas that urban planning production gives you a production every single turn. I'm not worried about the short term, so let's plug in God King. Everything is, when you go in Science Victory, you got to think way late game because it's going to take a long time to get there. So we're going to plug in God King. Warrior, who just did all that great fighting for me, is going to fortify up here. And let's get that settler. We want that out as fast as we can. I might have built it after my slinger if I had the population. But that's step 1, step 2. Secure your land, step 1. Step 2, start settling the lands you've secured. Anyways, next civic after Code of Laws, we're definitely going with foreign trade. Those trade routes will be sweet and give us good logistics between our different cities. Like getting a warrior through all these hills and woods will be quite tough. So I'm thinking if we had some roads, that might be nice. An unmet player has been defeated already. Dang, it is ruthless out here. So I've tacked out where our nearest cities might be. Now, when you're playing a regular game, maybe a Pangea, and you've met your neighbors like Coupe, and I know Indonesia is here to the north, you might want to settle as far away from your starting city as possible, doing a forward settle. This will grab you as much land as possible, but I already live on an island, so I think it's going to be hard for them to get a settle down here. And I'm worried about, since I haven't met Indonesia, settling a city on the northern point and losing it to loyalty, because this 4 key, telling you where the loyalty is, it doesn't work if you haven't met that civilization yet. So these 2 tacks, we can go to the west. This city looks kind of desolate, but I could see a great opportunity to get a Petra down, which gives you, let me go find this for you, right here, 2 food, 2 gold, and 1 production on all the desert tiles. So that would make all these absolute beasts, as opposed to absolute trash. But the better city is here on the east side. We get that extra housing bonus from the coast. We're near the Great Barrier Reef, which is nice, and tons of these productive tiles with sheeps and some hilly woods as well. Ah, and I found some horses exploring to the west side. I guess it is a little bit fruitful, bountiful, not exactly sure the word I'm going for here. Abundant. I feel like I could get a pretty good city down here with these tiles. Up to the north of the Uluru as well, I'm seeing some green, which is nice. The less desert, the better, in my opinion. Oh, and a couple salts. Okay, we're setting up for a pretty sweet time here as Australia. Oh, another barb camp. Let's go. That's actually perfect timing. Look at the archery here. I'm just away from getting this with the boost. So if I actually killed the unit with a slinger at this barb camp, I would get this for free. Let me go back towards mining, since you can't boost that. And Coupe is sort of left, so I don't need archery this minute. And we'll see if we can finagle a kill onto our slinger. Oh boy, this is quite the barb camp. We got a Barbarian horse archer. Are you serious? I don't know if I can actually win this fight. I gotta keep my slinger away from the immediate battle because I feel like the horse archer would tear them up. But I've parked my warrior right outside the camp and we'll see what happens. Fortifying up, that gives you an extra 3 combat strength. If you fortify for 2 turns, you get +6. And my guy got destroyed, almost down to half health. Absolute destruction here for my lad. How fast can you run, dude? Let's bring him away. We'll get the slinger right behind to provide some kind of support. And what's this? A unit needs orders. Our warrior. Oh, our settler has been created. Let's send him up to our attack here on the east side. I've got a warrior here protecting the lands, making sure no barbarians come, but I see a new camp has spawned. We'll have to deal with that situation. This is why you get yourself a little bit of an army. A couple warriors and a slinger is not bad. You could even get another slinger or another warrior. There's no judgment on how good your micro abilities are here. We just want to make sure we're making the right overall calls. We got to make sure that when we get these slingers out, as we're going to be pumping them, let's get one more slinger. They can go settle right away. You don't need to wait to clear a barb camp or something for those guys to be useful. Okay, looks like my warrior taking more of a beating from the horse archer. What's this guy got? 10 combat strength, 15 when he moves. Maybe my slinger could do some work on him here. Let's have you step one time. Take a shot, and my warrior can run away as fast as they can. Wow, they did a lot of damage to him, though. That's good to see. Maybe the slinger can win a 1v1 and get me this archery boost. But again, guys, step 1, secure your lands. Make sure that military is not a problem. And then number 2, settle those up big time. I see Coupe coming through. I'm going to step right onto the attack where I want to build the city, just because this way the guy can't stand on it and stop me from securing it myself. Going to fortify you here. Settler moves one more time, and things are not looking good down on the west side. We've got a spearman out here, which will destroy the slinger. So let's get our guy running as fast as we can. This warrior, the scout actually will do a decent bit of damage. We're going to fortify up, maybe heal. That'll give me 10 health because I'm fortifying in no man's land. The dude right now only has 34, so that'll be pretty helpful. And luckily the scout's nowhere near a city, so they won't call on more friends. Okay, there we go. Just as we feared, the Barbarian Horse Archer has arrived. Oh, it looks like a straight up victory. I go at him with the warrior, but I actually want to get the kill on the slinger, so let's go straight at him. Nice, we got a promotion with that guy. Warrior's going to chill again. Let's see if we can get the kill onto the archer. I saw that scout going down towards Canberra, which is a bit concerning, but it's not the end of the world. You kind of expect that. Settler coming in here, second city going down near the Great Barrier Reef. Extra era score, I love to see that. And Brisbane, nice to meet you. Okay, right now the city is going to be working a big production tile. Growth is going to be small. There's nothing inherently wrong with this, but I would like them getting on the sheep soon. And I'd like to improve those sheep too. I've got a lot of gold, which can be turned into a builder, and it can also buy tiles. It'll cost me 50 gold for that sheep, 200 to actually buy out the builder myself. So we're a little bit a ways from doing that. But like I said, the city has big production. Now we've got 3 options. 1, monument. This is going to be good for growing out our borders. It's going to double up how much culture we're getting per turn. We can get that builder, so we can get 1, 2, 3 sheep, which is very nice. Or lastly, we can go with a military unit, which is my choice here, because Coupe is a little bit menacing, and these barbarian encampments keeps popping up all over the place. I'm sure I could do some crazy micromanaging of my 3 units, but I'm going to make it a little bit easier on myself by getting 4, and you shouldn't feel bad about doing that for yourself too. If there's too many barbs, don't feel bad, especially early on. Like I was saying, first goal is secure your territory, and that's what we're going to do. Mining's complete. Let's get on to bronze working. Hopefully we kill 3 barbarians to get this boost. That shouldn't be too tough, especially with a new scout showing up right here in Canberra. Scary times, scary times. I'll have all my units converge on this little scout. Now let them get back to this barb encampment, and then we'll try and get rid of 1 encampment, then head west to deal with the other. In Brisbane, I'm seeing it's going to take almost 40 turns to get this sheep tile. And this city's got 6 housing, so I do want to focus food a little bit harder. Let's go ahead and buy this out with the 50 gold we have and tell our citizen to work this. As you can see, it's updated in the bottom here. The slinger is going to take a little bit longer, but the growth will take half the time. Oh, buddy, and here come the barbs. They want to scrap. Look at that. We're going to get a Eureka. And our knowledge of archery is just about there. Let's go ahead and swap over that one turn to grab it. And I see a spearman is showing up. Oh, I always want to protect my slingers. They're quite weak units. So I don't even want to give the spearman the opportunity to touch them. All right, and there was the tech we were looking for. We'll go back to bronze working. And we'll close in on this barb encampment here. Gonna take a step. Fortify up to stay safe. My guy's kind of low health. My slinger, on the other hand, they've got a promotion, actually, which will heal them up. Now, there's 2 passive promotion. On the right side, we've got city defense, city attack. Left side, we've got general unit-to-unit fighting strength. So, strength versus land units, and then more versus land and naval units. Now, I don't plan on going to war with any people, and hopefully we don't need to defend a Coupe invasion. So we're going to go with the left side here to get more strength fighting off these barbarians in our lands. They're coming right for us here. Good stuff. They went right for our slinger, which is smart. I got him down to quite low health, just 51. I should be able to kill the spearman this turn, though, with all my units. First, grab myself that encampment. 3 arrow score because it's close to my city of Brisbane. The threshold is 6 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles, just barely in range to give me that boost. And I go fight the spearman once. Oh, and if I fight the spearman twice, he's going to die. So it's not going to give the kill to my slinger. That sucks. Maybe we'll get lucky and he'll survive. He does. Perfect. Slinger goes and gets the kill. Oh, wait. I've already got the slinger boost. Who even cares? We got bronze working, though. That's brilliant. We've killed enough of those barbarians. Cleared out 1 barb camp. Very good. My units need a little bit of healing to do. And luckily, all that's left is a scout to kill. Oh, in other news, we've hit 200 gold. And that's the threshold for buying ourselves a builder. Let's go ahead and do that now. We're going to go get some sheep going and culture bomb all these towns to see exactly how that works. What is this? Another barb encampment right where I wanted to put a city. Now, to be honest, the city's not that great. I think we'll get a city on the east coast instead. Let me toss a tack down right here. That's a little bit more fruitful lands. Oh, the word I was looking for was fertile. Yes, the land's much more fertile. We got fish, we got turtles down to the south here. It's not so great, not so great. So we'll go on towards the east anyways. Let's see if we can kill off this scout. There's 2 guys fighting, and then the 3rd slinger comes through, finishes them off. Luckily, it's just scouts. If they send real units my way, I am in a bit of trouble. As I was mentioning, a little bit of trouble indeed. Luckily, this warrior's got a promotion. Let's get battle cry so he's stronger, fighting against people straight up. My other warrior can get the exact same thing, and these 2 guys should be able to deal with the spearmen quite easily. Regular infantry beats spearmen, by the way. So, 1 fight and 2. That guy's dealt with. This slinger is still quite low health. We're gonna have them fortify heal, fortify here till they're good to go. And check this out. We've got the builder getting themselves a gorgeous pasture. Horseback riding increased significantly. And look at all this lands I just ate up. That's wonderful. And we've met Jitara, which is nice to see. Let me hit 4 again. And there we go. We're seeing loyalty on the west coast. Not looking so great because of Indonesia's presence. Let's hope they don't try and settle me down there. My spot to the north still should be good, though. We're going to finish off the video there, Panda Gang. So, remember, first step, secure your land. Get yourself a nice big army to fight off whoever's there. Is it barbarians? Is it Coupe to the east? Is it Jatara, who we've just met? Whatever it is, defense is the #1 priority. Number 2, get yourself some settlers. We've got Brisbane down here, a great city. Now up to 6 production and a bit of a food surplus. Working sheep, working this hill. We'll have another sheep. Looking good soon. And in the next video, we'll continue exploring step number 2, which is settle every single tile that you possibly can.
Thanks for watching, Panda Gang. When I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to actually pay for Windows, so make sure to subscribe. Peace.